I'm not playing no more. I'm not playing no more. Guys, I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna just let's go. They want to see the young boy win. I want to see the young boy win. I want to see the young boy win. I don't really give a fuck what I get, man. I want to see the young boy win. They want to see the young boy. I'm finna. Yeah, I'm fucking done. This game ass. Can't get fucking shit, bro. Like, these packs are fucking ass, bro. Like, what the fuck are these packs? 2K? Fucking Ronald? Like, what the fuck? My fucking goodness, bro. What the fuck? Bro, nobody got fucking Puma, bro. Man. I'm trying to get Oppo this. Oh, it's triple that merch.
Are you giving Daddy his tool?
Shut up, bitch. You next. Show Daddy what happens.
Yeah, I do noise. Damn. Yeah, he a younger her.
So I make it to my cousin's house. I'm ringing the bell. Ling, ling, ling. Straight.
What the fuck?
Squares. So my uncle started checking my cousin Alex's room. So he like, if I found out anybody been in my house or somebody in his house right now, he like, I'm gonna kick your ass out and you gonna go back and live with your broke ass mama. Now I'm in the closet like, damn, that was harsh. Now, mind you, my uncle is very uppity. He very high class. He got a lot of money, so he kind of talk down on people sometimes. And you know, a lot of family members really didn't want to fuck with him. So I'm in the closet. I realized that Alex got clothes and shoes in his closet. So I start piling the clothes on me very quickly. Like, oh my God, I don't want to get my cousin popped off. My uncle comes to the closet door. Literally, this is what my uncle do. He open it and just close it. Cause, like, to be honest, who literally finna be had in this small, tiny ass closet?
Come on,
this was
bro.
a very small closet, but I was in that bitch making it work. So he like, see, Dad, I told you I had nobody in your house. He say, Alex, don't play with me. He like, cause I know you more than you know yourself. He like, I know you had somebody in my house or you got somebody in my house. So Alex comes straight to the room, right? So he opened up the closet door. He like, Brody Dodie. So I moved it close. I'm like, huh? He like, yo, I'm like, oh my God. Unc is on your ass. He like, yeah, I got caught one time with a gun in my room. So he said he gonna be checking my room anytime he feel like it, at least twice a month. I'm like, twice a month? He like, yeah, shh. So time went past. I'm still in the closet. I'm very uncomfortable. I'm tossing. I'm turning. I have to pee. I'm hungry again. I want to stretch my legs. So all of a sudden, Alex opened up the fucking closet door and said, "Look, I'm finna go see my girlfriend real quick." He like, "I'll be back like in an hour or two." I'm like, "Man, don't leave me." He like, "No, don't worry." He like, "I'm gonna leave the door open." He like, "So my dad don't have no reason to come and check in my room." I'm like, "All right." He like, "Just be quiet, don't be loud." I'm like, "I got you." He like, "I'll be back." He like, "You want me to bring you some food back?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Bring me some McDonald's." So boom, he leaves. Now I'm in the closet, nervous as fuck. Okay, I have not peed in a few hours. All of a sudden, my uncle is roaming the house. You hear him on the phone talking. He comes in Alex's room. I'm listening to his phone conversation though, cause he was like looking all through Alex's dresser drawers and shit. So he on the phone talking to a dude, but I guess like my vibe was I was getting very much of the vibe of he was bisexual. So I'm like, is my uncle bisexual? So time went past, boom. My cousin come back. He come with the food. I'm banging that shit in the closet. He like, "You want to smoke?" He like, "My girl gave me some weed." I'm like, "Hell yeah." So I'm like, "Where uncle at?" He like, "He sleep on the couch." I'm like, "How I'm gonna sneak past him?" He like, "We can go out the back door." I'm like, "No," because I was worried about passing that squeak, you know what I'm saying? Because he would hear me walking and Alex walking. So Alex like, "So what you want to do?" I'm like, "I'll hop out the window." So he like, "All right, cool." So it wasn't that had to drop.
Bro,
So
what
I
the
hop out the window.
fuck?
So we make it to my cousin friend house. This motherfucker in there bagging up, rolling up fat ass backwoods alive. So I hop out the window. Boom. I head straight to the backyard. So Alex come out. I'm like, "Cuz, is nuts. He is crazy as fuck." He like, "Hell yeah, I can't wait till I'm 18. He like, "I'ma leave this bitch express." I'm like, "Man." He like, "You wanna roll up?" I'm like, "Hell no, nigga, I gotta pee." He like, "Pick a tree, cuz." I'm like, "No, that's mad disgusting. I don't want to piss on the planet." He like, "Wait, you want me to get you a cup?" I'm like, "What's up with you in this cup shit? I hope it ain't the same cup you drinking out of." He like, "Hell no, cuz I throw that shit in the trash." He like, "If you could wait for an hour and a half, I gotta wake my pops up so he can go to his second job." Now, my aunt was a workaholic. He would only come to his crib to like sleep, shower, and then go back to work. Now, my cuz basically had the crib always to himself. So I'm like, "Yeah, I can wait, I can hold it." He like, "All right, now you want to roll this blunt up?" I'm like, "Shit, give it to me." He like, "Cuz, you be pearling that bitch." He like, "You be rolling fast." So I roll this shit up. I say, before I light it, I'm like, "You don't think Unc gonna come out?" He like, "What he gonna come out for?" He like, he sleep hard. So I'm like, "All right, boom." I sparked that bitch up. When I tell y'all I was high than a giraffe ass, I was fucking high. So he like, "All right, let's go back to inside the house." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I'm like, "I'm gonna go back through the window." He like, "No, you ain't gonna be able to do that. It's easy for you to hop out, but it's hard to get back in." I'm like, "How?" I'm like, "You ain't got no gate." I didn't even realize he didn't have a gate that I could climb to hop on so I could be able to hop on the window. He ain't had no window ledge and none of that shit. I'm like, "Damn, do you got crates? Do you got a ladder?" He like, "Nah." I'm like, "Fuck." He like, "Just go through the back door." He still asleep. I'm like, "How you know?" I'm like, "Go check." So he went to go check. He came back out. He like, "I'm telling you, I know my pops. He still sleeps." So I'm worried about me not stepping on that squeaky part of the floor. So I go through the back door. Boom. I get closer and closer to Alex's room. Now I'm like, "Where is the squeaky part at?" So I just hold on and I just hold on to that, like his doorway. And I just jumped right over the squeaky part and went straight in his room and got right in the closet. Alex come in like 15 minutes later. He wake up his pops. My uncle shit, he showering. Now he's still roaming around the house. All of a sudden, my fucking cell phone go off. Well, Jamie burnout phone goes off. So I'm like, "What the fuck?" So it slipped in my pocket. So I'm trying to find it under the shoes and the clothes. So it must have been in my pockets. So my uncle like, "Didn't I take your cell phone away from you?" And that's what he tells my cousin, like, "Didn't I take your cell phone? You went to go get your cell phone." He's like, "No, no." So he went right into Alex's room, found the sound. I had the phone in my hand. My uncle opened up the closet door and he sees me and him making eye contact. And I'm looking at him like, "Fuck, you caught me." He like, "Brody Doty, get out this closet." bagging up, rolling a fat ass backwoods aloud. So my uncle tell me to get out the closet. I'm like, I can explain. He like, Alex, didn't I tell you fucking ass not to have no company in my house? So he like, Dad, that's not company, that's family. I'm like, I just need one night just to spend one night. He like, how long you been in that goddamn closet? I'm like, not that long. I'm like, I just got here. He like, motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up. He like, I'm finna call your mama. Do your mama know you here? I'm like, no, me and her got into it. So he calling my mama. I'm like, He like, I should hit you with this fucking phone, Alex. So he started chasing Alex. Alex running around the table. He like, Dad. He was like, I was just trying to be there for my cousin. He like, I don't give a fuck. This my house. You do what you want when you get a house. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll leave. So Alex started following me. I left out the back door. So I had my aunt on the phone, but I'm leaving all the way. I'm like, no, fuck him. I'm like, idiot, he bisexual. I'm like, I heard his fucking phone conversation. I'm like, he down low. So I'm saying all type of shit. I'm like, he ain't my fucking uncle no more. I don't even know his ass. I wish he was dead. So I'm saying all type of shit. So my uncle come out. He like, get the fuck off my property. Get off my property. I'm like, fuck you. So Alex ended up walking me to the bus stop. He like, damn, cuz, I'm sorry. So I finally checked my phone and shit, and it was Vicky. So Vicky shoot me a message and shit like, what you on? Where you at? And so I'm like, oh, I'm hanging with my family. I'm like, I just got into an altercation. I'm like, can you pick me up? So my cousin was like, look, let's go to my friend's house. We gonna smoke. I'm like, look, when we make it there, I'm gonna need the address. I'm gonna have this girl to come scoop me. He like, you gonna be straight, cuz? Now my cousin's so thorough. He dug in his pocket. He gave me $80. He like, here, cuz, so you can have some money. He like, I already know my dad gonna trip, so I'm gonna just be ready. He gonna try to fight me. I'm like, for real? Like, he be punching me in my chest and shit. He like, he know I can knock his ass out, but I ain't gonna do it because he my dad. I'm like, man, they both abusive. Bagging up, rolling a fat ass backwoods aloud. My cousin goes straight to the table and grab up one of his 3-5s that was. This motherfucker in there bagging up, rolling a fat ass backwoods aloud. My cousin goes straight to the table and grab up one of his 3-5s that was already bagged up. Now in my mind, I'm like, why the fuck you touching his shit? So my cousin comes to me like, cuz I know you blown and you stretched. You gonna need this. So he giving it to me. I'm like, nah, cuz I'm good. I'm like, give me shit back, cuz. He like, nah. He like, man, nigga, you tweaking. He opened up my pockets and stuffed the loud in my pocket. I'm like, you sure, cuz? But I'm looking at his friend like, cuz this your shit. So his friend over there still bagging up like ain't shit happening. So that dawned on me like, okay, my cousin is 16 years old and he out here straight being a chief. He running shit. So I'm like, man, I appreciate you, cuz. Boom. Vicky texts me. I'm 4 minutes away. So my cousin like, hey, you know what? Let's hit the backwood real quick. So I'm like, nah, you know how I get down, I don't smoke shit that's already pre-rolled. He like, oh, here you go with this shit. You think I'm gonna lace my cousin? I'm like, this shit was already rolled before we got here. He was like, man, these my people, shoot straight. So boom, he end up bringing some extra shit down and rolling it up in the backwood. Guys, I kid you not. I
The
kid you not.
fuck are
I
you
kill
going
you
to,
not.
bruh?
I swear to God, I would never do a fucking backwood ever again. When he rolled that shit up, I'm like, damn, that motherfucker fat. I'm like, that bitch fat than a rat. He like, hell yeah. He like, wait till you hit this bitch. So he lit it
How's
up.
Curry
He hit it like
contesting
he
my
ain't coke
fucking
fan or nothing.
guard, bruh?
He passed it to me. G killing my lungs, putting pressure on my chest. I'm like, yo, I'm tapping out. I don't wanna. I'm used to smoking Phillies, Swishers, Stendos, smoking out a bomb. I'm like, man, that shit was just too harsh. And I was high off 2 pools. He told me, no, that's just that killer loud. I'm like, no, that's that killer paper. That was that paper because that shit hit the chest. It applied the pressure. It felt like a giant was stepping on my chest. I'm like, I
Bruh,
tapped out.
hell no.
So boom, Vicky ended up telling me she pulling up. My cousin ended up going
Bruh,
straight
get the
downstairs.
fuck
So
out of
I'm like,
here,
damn, he
bruh.
been doing so much for me this whole giddy up for this whole day. So I end up digging back in my pocket and giving him his $80 back. He like, man, cuz you tweaking now, keep your 80. He like, nah, I'm good. So I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, you just gave me loud. I'm like, you let me eat at your crib. I'm like, you just possibly got kicked out. He like, no, don't worry about that. He like, I'm gonna be straight. He like, you the one that need it, cuz. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna drop it on the floor. I'm like, so here, take this money, cuz. So he took the money. He like, hold on. So he turned around, y'all, and he balled the money up. He like, well, here, take 40 then. And I opened my hand up, and he gave me the money in my hand. I ain't even look at it. I put it straight in my pocket. I get in Vicky Khan's shit. We pull out. So Vicky like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I see you calling me. Your fingers ain't blowing off. You know how to reach out and touch a person. She like, no, I just need to tan a thing. She like, you cute and I like you and I like your personality. She like, and you got a little hood in you. I'm like, I ain't hood. I'm like, I'm just chill and laid back. I'm just very aggressive at times. So she was like, I just want to know, do you want to chill with me for the day I'm off? I'm like, yeah, of course. So boom, we driving
What
along the
the
way.
fuck are we going to? Oh,
So I
damn.
to the crib and I just bust out crying. You hear me crying. It was like I was crying from my soul because it was just like I'm out here. I got family, but not really nobody to support me. So I was really like man down. So she hit me crying, and so she knocking on the door like, "Is you good?" So I open up the door. She come in. And I just tell her everything that just was going on and was bothering me.
Grab the damn ball, damn.
I was there for like days at a time. She was going to work. I was chilling at her crib. She was making sure I'm good and everything. So it was about 4-5 days past. Boom, Jamie calls her burnout phone. So I'm like, yo, she like, yo, I'm out. She like, yo, where you at? She like, let's turn the fuck up. She like, I'm gonna explain, I'm sorry, yo. She like, I hope you ain't gonna stop being friends with me. I'm like, hell no, because at the end of the day, I can't be mad at her because I wanted to see how she get down. How the fuck she was putting all them clothes in a bag like that. So I'm like, damn, all right, cool. We back on. I'm finna go see Jamie in a little bit. So boom, I wait for Vicky to get home. I say, hey, babe, I'm like, you think you can take me so I can kick it with Jamie? She say, yeah, is you gonna come home? I'm like, oh, this my home?
Oh
So
my
my uncle told me to
goodness.
get out the closet. I'm like, you, man, strong.
We going to 50? Hell no, bro. You got me fucked up.
So boom, let's go ahead and put this waist trainer on. You just zip it up. Ooh. Straight. Straight out.
That shit just zoned me, bro.
Alright, y'all, so boom. Let's go ahead and put this waist trainer on. In my business. Alright, y'all, so boom.
Fucking 50 points, like.
Put this waist trainer on. You just zip it up and bring the purse part on. Make sure that's super tight. And then bring the bottom part around.
That just zoned me.
Alright, y'all, so boom. Let's go ahead and put this waist. You want to talk about?
Then one is caught. It's the signal the others have been waiting for.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up. Fight back, nigga. Fight back, nigga. Fight back. Fight back. Come on, let him get up, let him get up. Let him get up.
Then one is caught. It's the signal the others have been waiting for.
This nigga the A, bro. Kareem Paul, bro.
Nigga to my cousin friend house. This motherfucking
Bro, I'm finna get off this game already, bro. That shit already pissing me off. Like, bro, he is not making this shit, bro. This game is so slidey, but yeah, I'm getting off. I can turn this shit. I'm up, bro.